Imagine being 15, coming back from school after taking an exam, and you get shot in the face. This is something that happened to Malala Yousafzai. She is a Pakistani female activist for education, and she's also the youngest to have received a Nobel Peace Prize. I admire her because she had the courage to speak up. She had resilience, and how she is paving the way for girls to receive education. I admire her for her courage. When the Taliban came into her town, they started shooting and bombing. They shut down the schools so the girls could not attend their school for the education. They were about to take exams and they couldn't anymore because their schools were shut down. After she realizes this is happening to her town, she decides to speak up. She uses social media as a platform to voice out the injustice that's happening in her town. She also has interviews. There's so many journalists around, and she voices the opinions on how it is very unfair that girls can't attend their school no longer, and there's nothing that they can do about it. So after she gets shot, I admire her for her resilience after that, because it must take a lot to come back from something that big. So after getting shot, she decides, I'm not going to let this bring me down. And she decides to fight until these girls receive the education. While she's in the hospital, she gets to meet people in the government. For example, Barack Obama. So when she gets to meet these important people, it's a platform for her to present her thoughts and the reason why she's fighting for this. She speaks to the UN and she calls out on the end of discrimination against girls, which is something I admire. In Palestine and all these countries, usually in the Middle Eastern, there's a lot of discrimination against girls. The way they dress, what they can do, what they cannot do, and the fact that she's using this to fight for something that's fair, fair for women that don't have opportunity. And also, she's paving the way. She created a charity that helps with education. She helps build schools. She actually donated to the reconstruction of a school that was damaged because of the Taliban. And it is for Gaza Strip, which is a territory owned by Palestine, which is huge. So young and having to have accomplished so much in such little time, it just speaks loud on how someone so young could impact the country. I mean, this went worldwide from her country. It was known who she was after she was shot because it made an impact of how a 15-year-old gets shot for fighting for rights. Now, that is somebody I admire. She's a female. She is very, very courageous. And she showed a lot of resilience after getting shot. And she's paving the way. She's paving the way for future girls that can be doctors, that can be activists, just as her, follow her footsteps. Make this world a better world, a peaceful world, which I hope that's something that one day we can all have. Thank you.